Welcome back, everyone, to a little bit more farming. A bit more of an update, really. Yeah, so we did a little bit of planning last night, you could say, off camera. I did not move that yet. There's straw here. Why is there straw here? No idea why there's straw here. Case in point, as you can tell by the swather up here, these are all done. We did bale them. I was thinking about doing the other one and whatnot, but yeah, we just got these baled. They're only 2% right now, so they're going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to pick this up with the truck at some point. But we also did. We're gonna take the gleaner and we're just gonna put the header on for this. I was gonna use the little guy, but I think I'll just straight combine this. We actually got a fair bit off this, and I had a brilliant idea. Halfway through last night, it was like, oh, I'm hauling grain to the bin over there. Okie dokie, right? Yeah, no problems there. Well, there wasn't any problems there. Man, look how big those trees have gotten. That's my mini forest. Remember how we were low on feed for the chickens? Yeah, I came over here and fed the chickens. So yeah, they're full up on like 60,000 liters. Although they're gobbling it up like it's going out of style seed wise, but you know how that goes. Pesky little bastards. So yeah, we fed them and we filled up the bin. Let's go for a little walk. I love this. Look at the birch trees. Yeah, birch. I like them. That's a nice birch tree. Look at. I have like a forest floor in here. This is brilliant. Some of these trees are what, 15.7. Even around the outside, that's slick looking. Like you look out here like this, and I like it. This turned out to be a fantastic little cabin area. I mean, we just had a little friggin' slough here, and I made do with what I had. The bin. Still basically bankrupt here. And there's my truck, which is groovy, by the way. So we ended up with 324,000 liters of barley. And before I really get going tonight doing any amount of anything, I think what I'm probably going to end up doing is, there's my truck to pick up the other, probably bring this guy back and we are going to pick up a load of flour. I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to load up the rest of the, basically the flour, and then load up the rest of the oil as well. That'll get me some cash. I don't know. I might be able to go further in debt again and just outright buy a combine. There is another option that we were looking at, and that is the axle flow, the case. The Lexion's not bad and all, but the case is actually pretty decent. But the Massey and the other ones are just way out of proportion for cost and expense, so we're probably not going to end up with them. I don't think. And here we go. Bouncy, bouncy. Boink. Yeah, so that is kind of the ideas. Where am I going? I forgot where I'm actually planning on going. Actually, what we should do is take a quick gander. We have a ton of honey. But honestly, we have a ton of honey. We could actually haul barley to this guy pretty soon. He's looking a little like he needs an injection here soon. Oil's doing alright. Clothes, we get 611. 1,000 of butter again. I don't think I'm going to do much with that right now. Chicken. Not very much chicken right now because we did sell all the other ones. We could inject more straw. That's been gobbling through straw like left, right, and center. This is what we want. It's got nothing for barley, but it's going through a little bit of wheat right now. But we got 31,000 and 18,000. Actually, I can only do 12 pallets, but yeah, we'll dump as much of the canola as we can, and we'll pick up as much of the flour as we can. I can't remember how much actually we can put on this truck. It's actually a fair bit, but yeah, we'll get rid of the oil. Which I know is worth a decent amount. So that will get us by. Alright. So we need to do the other 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pump. I'll back up and pick them up. Now, I think this is all Blumengart. I think all the canola oil is Blumengart. Blumengart. Yeah, for $24.90. So yeah, it's about the boat a boost option. And then we want to take a look at flour. Yeah, the best price is $8.51 in Drunken Vikings. Okay, so you know what? Let's haul the oil up to Blumengart first, and then we'll. I think I can have actually 48 pallets on this truck, if memory served. I think that's right. I think this was about 48 pallets. So I mean, currently at 31. Ooh, look at how much this baby rocks right now. It doesn't normally rock like this, but I'm pretty sure it's the weight of the freaking canola oil up top. A lot of weight. Could you imagine a full truckload of it? I could. And yes, that is freaking heavy. That's like loads of it, eh? So yeah, we'll get rid of 18,000, which essentially works out to being. Ooh, that gets violent. That works out to being 36, almost 40,000. Actually, it would be more than 40,000. So that's not bad. Is it 40,000? No, it might be 39.2. 39.3. Ah, it's around there anyways. There we go. I don't even need to offload it. I was wrong. That was 44,830. So yeah, that's nice. So let's get rid of some pallets of flour, because apparently, I mean, the price is going up, but that's fine, because I mean, we're gonna have a ton more flour soon. Why do I not remember trees right here? Probably been there the entire time. Observant, I am not. Now look at this. Truck not rocking. So yeah, we can haul to the Drunken Vikings. And, I mean, if we can get 32 pallets on, that's another, well, I wouldn't say that's another 40,000, but I mean, it's a good 28 to 30,000, which we cannot ignore. Which actually gets us a lot closer. I mean, yeah, 177 down right now, but then we'll sort of think about combine shopping. We could go with oats, but I'm not really sure at all what I want to do with oats yet. I might send the oats here, but at the same time I might just sell the oats because the price of oats is nearly on par with the price of flour. So without the added expense. Sometimes you gotta wonder about that, right? So that we can spawn. You can only spawn 12 pallets at a time, so I gotta drive out of the space, because then it's gotta do its thing. Like so. And then I can go blunk. Back into here. Spawn again. Another 12. We know once we're done the contracts that we're gonna have fairly nice amount for flowers and such, because I mean, if we get the grain for free, we might as well haul it here to be produced. Okay, we only have another 7. It is what it is. Oh, that 31,000. That worked out. It's a big truck. I can handle a ditch. So, Drunken Vikings by the looks of things. I gotta make it. That sign's in the way. Just ha! Car decided to turn the corner at the precise moment. That's right, you got freaking T-bone from the traffic that was there too. It's like, oops. Now, which one was it? Was it Drunken Viking or was it Norse Market? So we better check this out before we make the wrong decision. Actually, no, Drunken Vikings, 851. Doesn't look like the Norse Market takes it. There will be more flour being produced, so this is extremely tight in here. Well, there's our first 900. Alright, gobble gobble. So yeah, we had 26 too. 26,200 wasn't too bad. Would have been nice if it was a little bit higher, but at the same time, I'm not really gonna complain about it. There's the Gleaner, so I could do that. I'm not going to get rid of the John Deere as of yet, but we are going to take a serious gander what we want to do here. And that tells me how much cash I'm going to need, because we are going to buy it. Like, I mean, this guy's good and all, and for $496, and crawler wheel setup and everything like that. So we're at 500,000 without the header. We'll take a look at the headers too as the options. These guys are about 519, so that's another 20,000. The X9 is by far probably one of the best options, but I can't afford the extra 50-60,000 right now. But the Axle Flow, the twin wheels Axle Flow, straight price 413,000. And yeah, okay, I get it. It's 14,400. It's basically the same size as the Gleaner. The big difference is that 410,000. Like, you gotta remember, these are without headers, right? So then once we look at the cost, like the Klaus, there's a $90,000 header. Its header is basically on par with what the hell these things are for price, right? The New Holland is another option, but it's 89,000, same as the 45-foot Draper. But we can get a 45-foot Draper. So that means it's 500,000 straight across the board, whereas everything else is around 600. And obviously the John Deere, well, mind you, I would only have to buy the John Deere at 550, because the header would. That's my header. And we can't put the John Deere header on it because of the pipe size. That's the problem. Let's take a look. 443. Sign 2. Nothing changes in that regards. I'm gonna be wrong. It's a big friggin' unit. Twin wheels would save a bit. That's only 443. But again, it's 14,500. So yeah, we don't gain anything by switching it out to New Holland versus everything else, because they're all 45-foot Drapers. So I think what we probably end up doing is buying the header outright. And the little Massey header that I'm using currently. Which one is it? It's not a 40-foot, I know that. It's this one, isn't it? Yeah. 30-foot on the Gleaner. It would take us a long time with the Gleaner, but I mean, it's cheap to maintain. But yeah. So 90,000 plus the 9250. Yeah, so we're at 500,000. So for 50,000 more. Oh, well, the problem is it is expensive to repair. I kind of want to do the Axle Flow, so 500,000. How much debt can we go into? Because I mean, we still have a fair bit of friggin' debt. As dumb as this is. 480. So let's just sort of see. So there's our 500,000. So 960,000. Ah, a lot of debt. Hopefully we can. Well, we do have the other bales being produced, so we should be able to knock it off pretty quick. So let's go ahead and maybe just do the Axle Flow. This is a huge expense, but after doing that big job and basically breaking even, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. Somewhere here is the appropriated piece of equipment that I'm looking for. Oh, that ain't it. There we are. Now, does this actually have the hitch on it? Could we drive our own header? And like driving over the hitch bar. All beauty. Alrighty, it's better than a John Deere. Well, let's go to field 27 first, I think. That's probably one of the best options. Like, I love my John Deere. I really do. It is the best piece of equipment. However, we really do gotta think about our expenses, because the leasing cost is what's killing us. And I didn't need the crawler track. I mean, that kind of makes sense, actually. It's in transportation mode, so everything is packed nicely away. I don't necessarily am fond with the vinyl or faux leather red seats in here. I prefer the cloth seats out of the John Deere. But this is one thing I will say. After having the chance to run a Axle Flow versus running a John Deere, the user interface in this thing is way easier and way better than the John Deere. I hate to say it. Being a John Deere guy, I hate to say it, but it's honestly the truth. I actually prefer the Axle Flow to the John Deere for the ability of it to. The user interface is a lot more simplified, you could say. Cab wise, I think the case is a bit smaller. The unit, like if you actually look at the unit, is a little bit more narrow too, I think. Our first, well, I wouldn't say first. I mean, the Gleaner is a brand new combine too. It works just as hard as the rest of them. Actually, it's a pretty decent little machine. I am not unhappy by it, really. Alright. Time to hit the ditch. Alright, down to field 27. And it's freaking awesome that I can actually haul my own header with me. Yep, there it is. So driving somebody else's field just to make sure I'm still carrying the header behind me as it just wanders around. If anybody says, well, you're doing 32 kilometers an hour hauling it, you can't do much more than 40 with it with a pickup truck, so it's not how those things work. Field 27, here we are. Okay, this is just a field weed, so I think this is a perfect spot to disconnect that. Time to open up the bars. Yeah, definitely not as big as that big giant Draper. This is still a Draper header. Header wise, unfold header. There we go. That's still big enough header. Alright, so field 27. We also want to, no, we don't want to have the straw swath. And away we go with some more wheat. Tires look a lot smaller in this one too. I can't imagine it's going to take that long with the with only the 14,000 liter bin on the back. Like, look how fast it's filling up. I could tag team with the Gleaner. It fills up just as quick. Actually, this boy is moving. Okay. We already have 44%. The hell. Get back into the field, you bastard. There we go. Actually, what I might do is just hire it at the moment. That way I can grab this guy. Apparently the John Deere decided to walk backwards again. I don't know, this John Deere, you park it and then it decides to wander away on you. There, I parked it and wedged it against the fuel tank. Alright, let's take the big boy back out. And my other truck's just over there. I can just use him to hop back and forth. I only have to go down the road basically a half mile. Screw it, I'll cut across my own field. Okay, he is full. It didn't take him any time at all to fill up. There's a car there, but he will stop as I cross. Yep. Back in it again. Man, I can't do a straight line when my life depended on it. I mean, he was at 54, 55% when I switched him over. Right here. Just a few miles down here. It's not like I ain't moving. I'm moving pretty damn good. It doesn't offload quite as quick as the John Deere. The John Deere, I'm like I said, I'm spoiled. I love the performance of it just because of the amount it can do. Boom, 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 boom. Waiting for this thing to finish. 14,400. Basically 1,800 short of what the John Deere does. Hard to catch up to him. %10 already. So the only reason why I blew basically 500,000 specifically is just for the leasing cost. We were averaging basically every hour for about 11,000 cost. Which was just too much. I guess he's still on the edge. I'm waiting for it to actually get near the end, because then I want to take control of it again. Oh, is he actually? No, it's close. Okie dokie. He's 80% full already. Well, I ain't gonna make it to the end before he is full. So we might as well pick up the spade and pick him up. Back tires look like they're moving way faster than the front ones. Although I do have this thing pegged right out. It'll be full before I get there. Told you. Wasn't lying. That's pretty good though. Like, I mean, that thing is doing well. Again, so long as we can cut down our cost. 652,000 in the hole right now. 960,000 in debt. That's brutal. Like, that is actually kind of brutal. Sold products, the most we've sold in, well, at least 5 months. The contract is up. Biogas is down at the moment, but what do you do? Miscellaneous is actually monthly land. The monthly land income. So we're making about probably close to 9,000. And yeah, we tend to run right up on combines all the time and jump on the ladder. The ones that don't fold in, that is. There are a few of them. The John Deere specifically, they freaking ladders fold in as you're driving. It's really annoying. So total, that's a big, long, giant freaking line. But we're going to have to go ziggy-zaggy. Then I'm going to cut across. We're going to do this patch first. And then I can just let them loose going back and forth. Cultivated except for the field of weeds. Yeah, it looks like he's still full maintenance. The other one would have been half gone by now. But yeah, because this isn't a mod, I can actually turn the camera on and Control C to change cameras. I mean, that would be way fucking easier, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's way better. Because again, it's not modded, so I actually can turn the cameras on, the work cameras. And this is actually kind of how we do it in real life, because we do have work cameras on everything. I guess we could have started right here, right from there. Dum dum dum. Just finally over on that edge. We're already 74% again. And this is all going to the mill. I'm gonna build a landing pad back here. Yeah, that works way better. I can get full frickin' cuts with the header. Oh, that's 85% right there. We got a nice big landing area now that we can bring trucks and everything else. I won't get far here before I'm full, and I'll just back up. There we are. Oh, I still got further than one would think. I can't actually see the pipe out. It's out, but I couldn't see it. I guess it's not that much smaller than John Deere. Just hopefully it's a lot cheaper to run. Now, while this is offloading, that was a failure, wasn't it? There we go. One of these is the right one. There it is. Because this baby can haul about 40,000 liters. I might just go down the gravel road and zoom my way in. Trailer's out of the way. Cape, cool. Yeah, this way should work out. So I have got that piece all done. And field 27, he's already 7%. I don't think it's actually going to take me that long. Field 10. That's a decent price for field 10. Which one is field 10? Is that the one over here? Nope. That's not that one. It's 11, 12, and 13. I got 12 and 13 because that's my refinery. I've got 16 in the corner. Trying to think about what the hell field 10 is. Oh, I wonder if it's just the one up over here somewhere. Yeah, it's the one right across the road here. Alright. He's probably fine here. How much do I got in here? 43,000. I have enough for a load, actually. But yeah, that's 2% already. Oh, that's tight. That is a tight edge. Yeah, that's not bad. Actually, I may do this in sections. So what I might do is I might curl this now. And come straight across the field. And then combine this. And then just keep doing that. Take chunks off and keep coming down the field until we get to about here. That'll be a good chunk of that field done. That might be a good way to do it. Or that's a good way I'm doing it. One of the two. That's fairly straight line. Alright, switch the camera to the other side, and away we go. Yeah, this combine's still taking quite a bit off. I don't think we can really complain about it. I could set them up, now that I've done this, I could set them up on going back and forth a few times. Which I might do so I can start trucking. Yeah, I'll get this piece done down here and then have them go back and forth for a bit. That's my plan. It's good to have a plan. Ah, it was good there anyways. Alright. And back down we go. Chewing our way through this lovely field. Using a bit more fuel, but so did the gleaner. You can go down and back and forth a few times doing it like that. Alright, before I hit back down, I will quickly offload. Man, that's one thing I don't like. I like seeing the end of the pipe so I can actually dump. Right. Let's back up and hit the tractor. I missed the tractor, but it was close. We'll clean this little chunk right out of here, and then we'll set him up as a hire. I can do one full truckload out of here. Probably actually two. Probably do two of them actually. Because I'll probably have about 80,000 by then. Considering that's 1,500 just for going that little distance. That's a pretty good span going across. He can go down, back and forth a few times. While I do the trucking. I gotta remember I gotta stick wide on the... Don't set him up as a straight shot, because it won't work halfway down the field. Hey look, 10% done field 27 already. Even though this doesn't look like a very terribly big piece. It's bigger than you think. All of a sudden your boat to the side, turn around again, and all of a sudden you realize this piece is getting small. Well, we are doing 10 kilometers an hour, like we are making some pretty good headway. Which works out in the end. Oh, I got a pretty good header width missing there. There we go. Alright, looks like this dump I should be able to get this whole piece done. Yep, that worked out in the end. Alright, one more dump, then we'll set him on his own. He can go down and back a few times before we ever have to worry about him. Oh yeah, dump, you idiot. You just said you were going to dump. What, I'm not close enough for it? Apparently not. And apparently I had to back right into it. Like literally right into it. Now, we actually haven't hauled anything out of this field, but all the 60,000 liters from the other field mistakenly went to this one, so. And the other one is oats, so I think that should be enough, I think. I guess it actually is a bigger area that we took off than I was thinking it might be. $64,000. Yeah, we've got a bit in this. Will I make this corner? Not entirely. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull the truck ahead. I might actually just drive straight down the edge of the field. It looks like the field is wet. Oh, that one's full. Almost 41,000 liters. Well, yeah. This looks like one of the Easter Island frickin' heads. Well, when you actually look at it, we've taken a bit off. Yep, pegged out speeding. This is a long friggin' field. Not very wide, but a long field. It's this part I hope I made enough. If not, we'll clean it up later. There is an approach here, but I'm making one. Alright, I need to change to the front cargo. Yeah, there's that 80. We can start dumping. Actually, I'm pretty sure all three of the fields that are blinking currently all go to this mill. Good for me, it's more centralized. I'm glad we parked it here. We even did a fairly decent job of putting the ramp in. Well, let's get rolling down the field because, well, he's full. 11% has been hauled so far. This is a pretty good span cleared off. And so far, he's not running into any issues. Yeah, that pipe is just long enough by the looks of things. And nope. No. Yes. %. Doesn't sound like much. But again, we already hauled 60,000 liters. And yes, I am just going to park this on this end from now on. We'll be able to do a fair bit going over. It's getting close. Dum. Think he should be more or less fine. But mind you, it was around here that I went awry. I see the truck now. I still have my pipe out, don't I? Yep. I don't know, it might be close on some of it. Combine's not that far away. It really isn't. So this line here, that's basically where he'll get to, which is pretty much 3/4 of the field. And once he gets to that point, we'll just come down and go zip, 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 and get that part cleaned off. But again, he's doing pretty decent headway. More or less, I'm waiting for him because I don't have enough to finish this one, so. So I'm just debating. And you'll probably be full pretty soon anyway, so that'll work out. How bad was that one, really? And here he is passing. That's a cool say. Hey, cool. So in theory, I just had to back up slightly. And it looks like we don't have any extras hanging over. Cool. That worked out way better than expecting. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool in the pool. Cool in the pool. The pool is very cool. So yeah, that worked out marvelous. Doesn't always work out that way, but that time it did. That time it did. Okay, so I'm gonna probably venture fourth here in a second. Alright. So the truck should be full here in a quasi second. I actually got quite a bit of this field off too. Wait, I only had 40,000 something last time. What the hell is it 42,350 now? It said 100%, didn't it? Last time I trucked? Why do I have more? Well, we are actually getting a pretty good portion of this field off in a decent amount of time. So, despite spending a small fortune, I think it might have been worth it in the end. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, the front box takes a bit longer to dump than the back. Back one's almost instant. See, I told you that one's way quicker. So that's 17 on the front. And 20% hold. Yeah, that's decent. Found a receipt, now I'm curious. Well, very curious to know which one it is. Okay, that was magical. Coil roofing nails. Not the receipt I was looking for, but Oh, that's pretty good. And back in the field from which I came. That's not what I wanted. I wanted the tractor. Just gonna say, I bet that booger's full. Out my way. Definitely on my way. Getting close. Getting close. He's probably a good third of the way down this field already. Really? There we go. Going, that should have been enough. Obviously not. Obviously, it wasn't quite enough. And off he goes. Alright, I'm going to attempt to zoom down to the next spot I think he might end up. $624 in just wage payment instead of leasing payments. That's good. I suspect anywhere along here. Yeah, that he'll show up for the next one. Waiting for him. Waiting. Waiting. Yeah, about there. I can see him on the map already, so. So it won't be long before he catches up to me. Nope, I can hear him. He's passing me now. Yep, there he goes. I don't see 80% yet. He is making miles. Yeah, not a bad combine for what it is then. doing the work. It's doing the work. What that work is, nobody knows, but it's doing it. And I suspect he's got to be getting full. There he is. I saw the 80%, and so I was going, he's got to be getting close. You know, I was looking at that mark in the field going, that's probably where he's going to end up. I should have just parked there. Nope, not that smart. And just the waiting. There we go. I'm out of the way. I'm just gonna stay down here because he's probably gonna fill up real quick anyways. And then I'd need to be here anyways, so fuck it. I'll stay put. Best is just hang tight and let him do the work, and then I'll just come by, offload him, and haul more stuff. Hauling the stuff. Because hauling the stuff is way easier. And it should just both be at that. Yeah, he's just about there. So he'll turn around and he should be pretty close to this, exactly where I am. Field 10's 10,000. Yeah, it's wrapped up silage too. One of the other ones disappeared. There was another. That was the $22,000 one. Yeah, it did, because that was field 100. That's alright, we got the other two really large ones, but 85-17 are still here. Field 11. Which I could do with the actually I could do with the case. Believe it or not, I could probably do it with just the case. It'd be funny. It would work, but it would be funny. Bonk. Yep, here he is. Really didn't take him long to go back and come back all the way through again. But yeah, he's got to be getting close. I would suspect he is getting very close. Well, he is blinking, so. Look at that. That wasn't too bad a plan. Oh, maybe a little bit closer. There we go.
Problem solved.
And he is off and running. As much as off and running can be considered. Alright. I can haul another load. Yeah, field 27 is coming off real nice. That is $72,000 contract, and we are 20% done. %, done. And this will probably be right around here where I need to dump again. Yeah, we've got a ton off with this guy. Be right around there, I think, with the other one for a line. Hey, remember, front part of this one's already partially full. Or is it full? Might be full. Nope, not quite. I tell you, that grain cart doesn't take long to fill this. Mind you, look at the fleeting on it. It has a huge fleeting. Alright, off and running. Off and running. Alright, switch to front carriage. He's already 80%. We'll probably have to dump him while this one's dumping the front. Yeah, that's about where I figured. You ain't gonna stop. Alright, we will do that with him. I'm going to come down and see about unloading this guy. There he goes, now he's full. %hold. So tonight we basically got I'd say 25% of this field off. And I can say that because the amount of grain that I still have to dump there and the amount of grain that's still in the cart. Yep. And this should tell me all I need to know about the rest of it. 25% hold. So yeah, with another 26,000 in the cart, I'd say we're probably pretty close to 25% combined. That's not bad. We made good time on it. So I really can't complain. Well, yeah, I can. If there's a will, there's a way. I can complain about anything. It'll probably need to be unloaded around here. Because there's a fair distance to that corner.
Nah.
You saw nothing. 2 seconds I took to frickin' say it and ate someone. Might as well park it down here because, well, that's where we're going to need it next. I'll think, anyways. Because I imagine that guy's going to come boiling down there in a heartbeat. Anytime he should be here. It's like I'm patiently waiting for him. Sooner or later he should come. There he is. Oh, he's not quite 80% yet. But I'm going to end tonight. Hope you guys have enjoyed. And of course, as usual, if you are new here or just starting watching, or you've been around for a while and just not subscribed yet, think about hitting that subscribe button. It's one of the best ways to support the channel. And of course, you can do that below the video on the YouTube side. And Husker in the bottom right corner. Some say it was his intervention that caused me to buy a case and not a green machine. I'm not sure if that's true or not, so smack him upside the head anyways. Makes me feel better. And push that button. And of course, you can also flip over to the Kick side and hit the follow and subscribe over there as well. And yeah, we'll see everyone in the next stream. Take care and thanks for watching.